Okay.
So there was.
So we have
Okay.
we have this.
Right.
We have the ability basically to do 2 banks of 12, so 24 lights. So we could do like, and typically what we'll do is like a warm, so like an orangish, and
Got it.
like a maybe a lavender or something like that.
Okay.
We have 2 spotlights that we
Okay.
can use.
Okay.
It would be we would need to bring in 2 more technicians to run them, so there'd be that fee.
Okay. 2 more technicians. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, one each kind of.
Yeah,
Okay,
one
got
each,
it.
yeah.
That's how it was. Okay.
We have, I don't remember if it's either a smoke or a haze machine. We have it somewhere here.
Okay.
We can look into that.
Okay.
And basically we would just charge for the fluid. So whatever
Fluid.
it costs for a jug of fluid, we
Sure,
would charge
sure.
you for. We don't have any LEDs. So we don't have any LEDs or moving heads are the big things we don't have.
Okay.
We do have a lighting console.
Uh-huh.
It's not that brand. It's an
Something,
ETC
that's
brand,
fine,
but it's a comparable brand.
Okay. We don't have these 5 and 7. We don't have. Fine.
Correct.
Okay. And these jumbo stands. Jumbo stands. He said that through the wing, either there is a lighting or something that comes. Something like that. I partly understood, partly I did not. Or is
I'm
this-
not sure what they're asking for here.
Yeah. So he said this is called wing, right?
Yep.
So from the wing, either the lighting comes or something like that. He said, like, why do you
and
say
this might be what you're
wings?
talking about. We have these booms on either side.
Uh-huh.
Right now we have it set up to do 3 on each side.
Okay.
And we can do side lighting that way. So we
Okay.
can hang lights on those sides.
Oh, that's what he meant.
And I think that's what he was talking about.
Okay.
So we can do that.
Got
If that's
it.
something you want, we can make that happen.
Okay.
What
So
else?
if we have to have that side lighting happen, that would be an extra charge, right?
The
Or
only
how does it
charge
work?
would be what we're going to have to do to set it up.
Got
So
it.
if it's something you want to do, then before the day of your event, we'll hang lights on there. We'll focus them basically on the stage.
Right.
The day of the event, because you guys don't have a rehearsal in here, you're just here that
Right.
day.
Yeah.
We'll have a little bit of time beforehand. If we need to refocus a couple of things, we can.
Okay.
We won't have time to like hang 20 lights.
Exactly.
But we'll have time to refocus the 6 or 8 lights we have.
Got it. If you want to come here for, let's say, an hour or 2 of rehearsal, is that allowed? Is that possible?
Like before the day of?
Right. Like one day before, like this is a Friday, let's say. So
You guys are doing...
we are doing 1st of May, which is a Friday.
First. Let me look. There we go.
So
That wouldn't be possible.
no.
Because April, yeah. So there's an event in here.
Or here or maybe here if there's nothing here. Like 30th or 29th. I mean.
Maybe the 29th.
Uh-huh.
I'll look into the 29th.
Uh-huh.
If that happens, then we would charge you for a rehearsal fee.
Right.
It's less than the performance fee.
Right.
I think the performance fee I think was like, because you guys have a non-profit or a 501c3.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We do.
So it would be, I think it would be no more than 200 for the rehearsal.
Right. Okay.
And then, but it's the rental would be 200 and then my staff's time. So if you decide you're going to use the spotlight operators, we want them there. We would want the sound and light people there. So it would be myself and those 4 people.
So that will go probably $500 or something.
Something in that range, yeah.
Something on that.
That's
For the
just to
rehearsal.
throw a number
And
in, yeah.
if you say, okay, no rehearsal, we'll just come, let's say the concert begins at 7. Lights are there, but not rehearsed. So
Well, and that's an option too. If you want to...
Like come at 4 o'clock and then do 3 hours of thing, you know?
That's fine, yeah.
So that way is...
So we could do that. If that's the preference, we can make that happen too.
Okay. And typically, like for these kind of things, how many hours before is works? I mean, what do people do?
It depends. If the group is ready to go out of the bag, then some groups will show up an hour beforehand and just sort of do a sound check.
Okay.
And be fine with that. Just kind of basically look at lighting and decide, oh, I'd rather have this light refocused a little bit,
Right.
but not really change. You're not going to change anything massive in an hour.
Exactly.
But other groups will come in, for a 2 or 3 hour block before, like they would open the house, and do kind of like a mini walkthrough rehearsal.
Right.
Okay.
That
it
is
sounds like
something.
that's more what you guys are looking to do.
Yeah.
They know what they're doing as far as singing and dancing and whatever.
Yes, but
And
they
we
want
wouldn't
to.
rehearse like the entire show. You would just do, here's this piece, here's
Right.
where
Yeah,
he or
that
she's
time
gonna
I
stand.
want that focus or whatever they want,
Yeah.
like thing. I mean,
We can make that happen.
Okay.
So I will look into the 29th and see what that would do. I will also look into, would you want to put that 2 or 3 hours before the concert?
that definitely yes.
Is that your preference, or is the other one?
I think instead of spending $500, maybe we'll just do it 3
Because
hours
then you're
before.
already paying for the performance fee.
Right.
You're just paying for the extra time
Right.
here then.
Right.
And that'll be fine.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Extra time. That's a lot cheaper and
Yeah.
less back and forth.
Okay, so 3 sound systems based. Yeah, so we have the, I think that's the different types of speakers. We
Right.
have those.
Okay.
We have, on both sides, we have the basses, the mids, and the high
Okay.
speakers.
Okay.
We have the cordless microphones. We have the headset mics. I don't know if here he means for communicating backstage or if they mean like over the ear for performers.
I will ask him.
Okay. The reality is either way we have microphones that can do the performance stuff and we have communications backstage.
Got it.
We have these monitors here. So one here and one on the other side. We might have the other 2 monitors, but like I said, I'll have to ask my sound guy.
Or rent, whatever.
You saw the operating console. We have a projector we can bring in. I will check on the lumens of the projector.
Is that like overhead or like here?
It would be setting it up kind of where that yellow
Yeah.
cord is.
Okay.
Would be where we usually would do it. We technically have a screen here that can come in.
Is that close? Okay.
Huh?
Because the screen needs to be at the kind of at the back of the
Okay.
set.
Okay.
So if it comes in here, then they get only this much space.
The other option then is we have, it might not be hung right now, but we have a psych curtain back here that a group last year used as a backdrop.
Right.
So that would be an option as well, if you want to do that.
And then from the projector we can focus like I just want like only this part so that they can set up the other stuff column or whatever they want on the side.
That's probably doable.
Something close to whatever.
Yeah, we can make that happen. Again, it would be projecting from there. So when the projections are happening, are people dancing in front of it?
That's what I need to ask him because
Yeah, find out
then
what's
people are
happening
moving here and they're on the side, which is fine. They kind of know like okay, that's how they have to play it. Then maybe that because in this picture also the projector is here.
Okay. Oh,
So maybe they know like yeah, you can't stand in the middle.
Okay.
Something like that. If they know, then fine.
And if
Otherwise,
everything they're doing has the projections on, that's different. If they're only projecting in certain scenes, that's also
that I have to check with them as to what is
all
it.
right.
Yeah.
That's what we have there.
I think a lot of these things, a couple of those, other than those 5 and 7,
Yeah.
a lot of things are there.
It'll be fine.
They're all
We
there.
have for crossover space, you would exit here and kind of go through the hall.
Okay.
And then, depending on what you guys did you guys ask for a room for the kids? Was that you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we have this choir room here.
Okay.
And I think I put it in the thing. I think it's like a $100 or $150 whatever for the room.
Okay.
And again, that's not an hourly thing. You just have it.
Right. Right.
And if you guys want to put we can bring a media cart in there, and if you want to play movies.
So that way, the kids, how kids are, right? Everybody wants to sit right next to the TV because it's there, and then they just fight. If it's a big one, you know what? Don't fight, whatever.
We all were singing along. She's like, you don't understand.
This is the choir.
This is the choir. There is a screen there that you could use, and I guess that there is a
screen.
projector there as well. So we could make that happen.
They have the projector is there.
I think so, and
Okay.
I'll look into
We just have to
if
check.
we need to pay for a rental fee.
Put in big enough. And the cafeteria.
Cafeteria's not an option. So these are our dressing rooms.
Okay.
They come with the stage, so it's not an extra.
Right.
And
A lot of stuff. So
a lot
okay.
of stuff, yes. But,
As long as we can get in and they can whatever do their
so
stuff.
it's like this. They're
Oh, it's
both-
pretty big.
They're both.
Oh, this is pretty
Yeah.
big. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
So I mean, easily you could fit 10 plus people in
Yeah,
either
yeah,
room.
yeah. That's fine. And there's
They
this.
both have bathrooms. They both have.
You said both. There are two.
Yeah. So typically, one's used as the men's room, one the women's.
Right. Yep. Perfect.
Again, other groups have done the kind of chorus and principals, or have done, if there's like a diva type performer that's like the star. they'll
Oh,
get
okay, got it. She gets her own room and the rest
Right.
of guys go there.
Yeah,
Okay,
and
fine.
that's-
Yeah, they can
That's
see
how
that.
you guys want to break it down.
Right, right.
And that the choir room feeds into a shop room here.
Uh-huh.
So they'll sometimes use this as a like a waiting space,
Uh-huh,
like almost a green room.
Right.
So
He did mention that he needs those. Why is it not here? He said he needs those. What do you call those? He didn't write it here. But.
we have these risers here. We have 6 of them.
Okay.
And
These are pretty flat. I mean, these are not high. Okay.
yeah.
These are not even.
No, they have legs. Like they're like lunchroom tables. So they're
Oh, these are tall. These are tall. I thought they're just this.
no,
I mean, like,
not
they're
just
not
this.
riser. I
So
mean.
they're
Each one is. This is probably 1.5 or 2 feet. I mean, I guess.
yeah, it's
It's
about a foot.
got it. Yeah, foot enough. Yeah, got it. Yeah.
So that's that. It's the only. So food can't come into the theater.
Right.
So it has to be eaten out there.
Uh-huh.
And we really don't have out in the lobby. We don't really have. Sorry, what am I thinking of?
Oh, I remember my school days, man. We used to have a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. But essentially, this is kind of the area you get. So I think what your wife had said is more of the ideas of a few tables and some chairs, but more for like the older, your older patrons to like be able to sit down and eat. But most of the people will be kind of standing and eating.
Okay. So that's the area. Do we get the hallway?
A
mean,
little
can we-
bit, but we can't really block major chunks of the hallway. Like again, you could just have a few tables in here with some chairs, and we could have
Like for example, if this is the hallway, just one line across this, where like there's a keep half open and half people sit and
I'll ask. I'll ask about that.
Because what happens is, people come in, they chit chat, talk. That if they're social, they're more happier. You just come in and ask them, come on, stand here, eat, and then go in. They start with
Okay.
I paid money, and then